The World Ends With You anime is looking better and better every time they come out with a new trailer for it. Now, this is the third trailer, pretty lengthy, is a minute and a half. I've already reacted to the first and second trailer for The World Ends With You, the animation. I am super pumped. I'm really, really hyped to watch this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do a great job at like really properly representing the game and doing all the main story stuff and whatnot. A couple of spoilery things here and there, but again, if you don't know what the game is all about and stuff, you guys probably wouldn't even notice. Obviously for me, where I've beaten the game a million times, then I know all of the stuff where like, this is super late in the game and this is really early on. It's not a spoiler unless I mention it or something, right? But I'll just assume that this anime was made mostly for the fans. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch the third trailer and see what kind of stuff, you know, we're gonna see this time around. I'm already convinced that I want to watch this for sure. Anyway, if you guys are noticing that I blurred out the anime footage and I have a big fat logo on top of it, that's because copyright and all that stuff. When it comes to anime on YouTube specifically, I don't know how other YouTubers do it. I've seen video essays that is literally all just anime footage with no editing or anything. It's just there as is. And I don't know how they don't get copyright strikes, because when I do it on my channel and I show even a little bit of anime footage, I get a content ID or my video gets blocked or something like that. So I don't know. Apologies if you guys don't like this. I'm just playing it safe. The trailer's on YouTube. If you guys want to watch it on your own, I'm going to watch it right now. And I might even bring down the volume a little bit just to make sure, because Jesus Christ, anime stuff on YouTube is so flimsy. So yeah, let's just go ahead and watch this. I'm really excited to see what else they're gonna show. Neku with the player pin. Oh, new music. I don't recognize this one. The Shinigami game. Are there subtitles? No. Joshua, oh my god, they're right there on the graffiti wall. Oh, the thunder pin. I see that. Alright, Kitanishi drinking. Shiki's voice is a little deeper than what I would imagine. By the way, big spoilers. They just showed a big spoiler right there. Yeah, they're in A East or whatever. I love the little symbols for the monsters in the background. The shark! Oh, they're showing the shark. Yes, the two of them. Oh! Some CGI in there. Okay, they're showing a lot of stuff. Yeah, oh, the trash heap. They're showing the trash heap. Joshua beat. Oh! They showed the lady. They showed Konishi. Neku, Shiki, beat, rhyme. Joshua. Okay, this is a really fast trailer, just like all the other ones. The music! New music. And it... Did they just show... They just showed something big. Animation. Wait. Oh my god, that's like the ending to like... Okay, wait. Hold on. We're gonna have to play this shit in slow motion. Cause, okay, if we show it in slow motion, might be good, right? Like, I don't think we're gonna get screwed over, you know, too bad. And it's blurred out, right? So, you know, let's just play this. Can we unblur it? Let's see. If I don't show the whole thing, right? If I don't just let the whole thing run as is, maybe I won't get in trouble. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Okay, so this, and again, this is coming from like a big World Ends With You fan, right? I'm gonna point out all the references and stuff. So you see the brands and all that stuff. I know that, you know, the pink and blue thing right here, that's a brand. That's actually a pin right there. I don't know, are they gonna show new pins? I doubt it. I'm sure that most of the references will come out of the pins that we already know about, right? But I'm seeing a bunch of new brands that we have never seen. Oh, no, wait, no, Jupiter of the Monkey. No, okay. That was me thinking it was a new brand. It's something different. It's the same one that we've always known. So this, I don't know exactly what this is. This is probably Neku walking into the end game or something. Shiki's voice actress, again, I never played it in Japanese, but from the little that I've heard, both in English and Japanese, she has a way higher pitched voice in the original game, and here you're like, oh, her voice is like way deeper. But I guess maybe that's because it's a suspenseful part of the game. It's a suspenseful part of the story, so she's just sounding very ominous. Maybe in fights and everything, she sounds a little more like normal. But again, I don't hate it or anything. That just stuck out to me. 7 days bargain. And of course, yeah, but there were a bunch of yeah, so this is Neku and Joshua, I guess, talking to each other over in Oregawa or whatever. Oregawa, I forget how it's called, but it's the big graffiti wall where Neku dies, essentially. And Joshua is there just teasing him. He knows the whole truth, and Neku with his foggy memory of the one important thing that he needs to remember, he can't remember. And yeah, it's just constantly questioning Joshua from that point on. Running. Yeah, so this struck me as cool because it looks like that's just Neku activating some sort of ability, and that's the starter pin that you get for like the little thunder shocks. That's Higashizawa, the food pun guy, talking with Megumi Kitanishi, drinking trying to drink a big Dragon Ball, trying to swallow it whole, but he can't. And then Game Master. Okay, yeah, so these are all of the... Again, so this is how you know that this is a modernized remake of the show, because they have a touchscreen smartphone as opposed to, you know, back in the day where they had these little flip phones, and that at the time was like the most advanced thing. That was like 2007 or something. Yeah, the mission. And this is where she goes all deep voice on us. Yeah, and then you have the taboo noise, where all of these black ones that... yeah, I love that they keep showing the symbols from the original game and stuff floating around. That's so good. Yeah, so for the taboo noise are really difficult to beat. You have to actually throw around the light puck and really sync up with your partner character to really do damage. Because you can't just hit them normally. They do like 1 or 2 damage every attack. Okay, so this is a big spoiler. Again, for anybody that doesn't know the game, they're not gonna know what this is. But him falling off a building and him like crying, that's a pretty big thing. That's a pretty big thing. They're showing a lot of, like, ending stuff here. Yeah, so this is Neku, presumably towards the beginning of the game, using the flame pin to, like, you know, throw people away. I really want to see a big variety of attacks coming out of Neku, because the whole thing with the story is that he's a really creative person, and the pins only work if you have, like, a pretty cool imagination. And so I have the fire and the thunder. They're essentially the two things that they always keep showing. But I want to see him, like, practically every episode just use a different pin that does a different thing. I love, the noise that they you know, they turn into static and they go away. Of course, we have, Pie Face. We have Minamoto telling them to die. Asuka. Yeah, so the music, man, it sounds exactly like how it would be in, like, in a boss fight for the game and stuff. I love how, like, in tune they are with the feeling of this world and stuff. They have never skipped a beat when it comes to the music. Again, so this is Higashizawa in his, like, big noise boss form. So this is literally the first boss of the game. And they're, yeah. They're definitely gonna play it up a little bit more. The shark that eats rhyme and stuff. Yeah, all the stuff. And then the red player pin, which is different from the regular player pin that causes people to be, like, go all, like, mind controlled and stuff. Yeah, and, like, the barriers. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so, like, towards the second week of the game, you start to see barriers that block your path everywhere in the city, and you have to keep opening them with, like, key pins and stuff like that. And so you have, you know, Karia and, this other girl, Mitsuki? No, that's Kunishi, Mitsuki Kunishi. But this girl, I forget her name. Gosh, pink hair girl. What a fan I am, right? Yashido, I think is her last. Yeah, Yashido and you know, Karia. The two of them are here. They are there all the time just to screw over all the people that are playing. And so yeah, that's... And they're showing the boss form of Minamoto as well. So like, they're just showing the boss fights for everybody, essentially. There's like 3 or 4 main boss fights here. And they've already shown stuff. A little bit of CGI there. It goes by really fast, so you barely notice it. I know that a lot of people don't tend to like CGI, like mixed in with like 2D stuff. But for me, it really hasn't looked that bad, especially with Neo, The World Ends With You, the new game, that's all in 3D, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if they used a lot of the same graphics for the anime. Yeah, hot dogs. I don't know if like the little signs in the back are references to the game or whatever. Mexican dog, that's definitely a restaurant that does exist in Shibuya in the game where you go walking around with the guy going muchas gracias. And all of these, this is like legitimately like actual food that you can buy in the game. So yeah, maybe you're not gonna see the World Ends With You characters walking into a store and buying a bunch of stuff. Maybe for the first time, you know, where like you start to realize, oh, okay, the trends, you know, we can manipulate the trends to whatever we want, right? But, I doubt that there'll be any extended thing. Maybe, like, in some montage where, like, oh, time passes, and you can see, like, some slideshow of them trying on clothes and stuff, but I don't think it'll be a big focus at all. There's a part where, like, the big popular guy, the guy that says F everything, you know, I'm sure that'll be a thing, but, I doubt that, that they'll actually, you know, factor that into anything significant. Yeah, so you got the trash heap, and yes! This is what I'm talking about. He's using more abilities. One of my favorite attacks to use in the World Ends With You is exactly this fucking pin, where you, like, swipe up and, like, a big thing of ice comes up, and when you level it up and you max it out, it does boom, boom, boom when it evolves, actually. Not when you max it out. When you max it out the level, and then it evolves into a newer pin, where you can do 3 ice pillars at the same time. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Again, this is like a shield. And I don't know what this is happening here with Shiki, where, like, she's, like, choking on something. She was eating grapes and choked on one of them. Joshua and them bonding. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so here, B teary-eyed. This is immediately after Rhyme dies, I guess. And this part's fucking crazy. Because again, like, you can tell that this anime was made for the fans of the game and not necessarily for new people. Because in the trailers, they're just fucking spoiling everything. This is literally like the second to last boss fight before the final boss, I guess. Or I guess before the marathon of final bosses. So it's Konishi, and then after this, it's Kitaniji, and then Joshua fused with Kitaniji. So it's like the third to last boss fight. This is like the last, like, 25% of the game right here. Like, you're like right at the end with this. And you see Beat fighting, trying to get, like, the Rhyme pin back. Yeah, skating past the power. Yeah, and then seeing Konishi with her power and stuff. That's probably her, like, squashing Rhyme and turning him into a pin. And, like, all of this is like the ending to the first week with Kitanishi, like, explaining stuff. Yeah, and her crying because, oh no, only one of you is going to be able to go back. And Neku essentially sacrifices himself to be like, no, I'll stay and you can go back, right? And then I guess this is really weird because, yeah, this is literally, oh my god. This is literally like Rhyme's, like, final, like, second of life. The shark is just passing by. I don't want them to turn this into, like, a Madoka Magica kind of thing where they, like, kind of, like, sit on it and then, like, you know, see body parts get cut off. I don't want to. Oh god, I really don't want to see that part. Because, like, in the game, you don't see anything. You just see, the shark come in, and then Rhyme just disappears, and you see, like, the little bell necklace just, like, fall down, and that's it, and you already know what happened, right? But if they're gonna go into, like, gruesome detail where you're gonna see, like, her bottom half get bitten off, I don't want to see that. Yeah, Mr. H, Mr. Hanekoma on his cat cafe place. That's gonna be cool. I can already see this place. This place might be the cat cafe, maybe not. It looks kind of similar. Everything looks really colorful in this game. Yeah, this is like, you know, I guess Beat and Neku sort of settling their differences, and then Joshua being a creep like always. Yeah, and then them doing the pact during the second week, or I guess, oh, no. This is their big, like, mega attack. So for the people that don't know, you have these special pins. There's a blank pin that has nothing on it. And so depending on how, like, awesome your bond is with your partner, it'll transform into, like, this special attack pin. And so I think there's 3 different tiers to it. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. And this with the red and the blue meteors, that's level 2 for Neku and Joshua. Level 1 is just them throwing objects like cars and stuff. Level 3 is like a big-ass, like, Sephiroth meteor. But, it's cool. Like, the fact that they're actually gonna show all of that, I think that's gonna be great. Also, speaking of spoilers, here we have Minanamoto again, but, like, his alternate, like, taboo noise Minanamoto form. It looks like he's gonna do some Dragon Ball Ki Blast kind of stuff, so yeah. They're just showing fucking everything. They're just showing everything in this. Yeah, Higashizawa transforming. Right before this part. This fucking part. So, do you guys, like, recognize this little piece of clothing right here on the right? So again, for, like, super hardcore World Ends With You fans, you guys will know that Shiki is not who you think she is. She is actually supposed to look different in the game for certain reasons. And so, actually not towards the end, at the very end, like literally at the credits roll of the game, and some fan art that people have drawn up for this, for Shiki, for her other alternate appearance. She is supposed to be wearing like green clothing, like a long sleeve or whatever. And yeah, I just... Is this supposed to be like the final episode of the anime where like Neku and like Shiki, like actual real Shiki, is showing up and they're holding hands? Or is it like towards maybe like the end of the first week where maybe like, you know, if she's gonna get brought back to life, you know, her appearance changes or something? Like that's big. That is so weird that they just randomly put that in there. It's like, yeah, like if you know, you know, right? I don't know anybody that wears that piece of clothing other than her. Time limit 2 days. Yeah, they're back in. Yeah, that's literally like the final fucking level. That's literally like the door that you walk into before the final boss fight. Yeah, and then defeating the big golden bat. They're just mixing up everything, man. They're mixing up everything. Yeah, they're showing ending stuff right alongside stuff that shows up right at the beginning of the game. So, like, if you're new to the anime and you don't know how the story goes, you have no fucking idea what's happening, right? You'll just assume that all of it is happening in, like, chronological order or something. But, no, it's like, one shot is, like, right from day one of the game, and then the other shot is, like, the last 75% of the game, and then they show the first boss fight, and then the second to last boss fight, and then they show Minamoto in his regular form, and then in his alternate form, and then they show, like, you know, Neku and Joshua. Neku, like, in the last day falling off of the building. Neku and Beat making up, you know, and doing away with their differences. Potentially, they're gonna show, like, actual real Shiki as opposed to the fake Shiki. And then this final shot is absolutely Neku just going back to the second week of the game and leaving Shiki behind because she's the one that's gonna get, you know, the reward for winning the game as opposed to Neku. He's gonna have to play again because only one of them can get the reward. Yeah, dude, this anime looks insane. It looks like they are going to cover all of their bases when it comes to The World Ends With You, the animation, which I think, in my opinion, is a really good send-off. A really, really good send-off to kind of just, you know, acknowledge the story once and for all. And just retell it. I mean, we have seen The World Ends With You story done so many times, right? With the original DS game, and then the phone game that added more stuff, and then the Switch game that added more stuff, and then I know there was like another mobile game for like flip phones and stuff that was essentially the same story. So like, the 3, 4, 5 different times we've seen the original World Ends With You story, right? If you want to include the anime as well. Now, is the anime going to include all of the stuff from the final remix, right? Showing Coco, the new Reapers and stuff, and all of the stuff that's like post-game. Are they gonna show the alternate, like, Tin Pin Slammer storyline or whatnot? That'd be cool as like an extra. That could even be like an OVA or something, right? But yeah, I don't know how deep they're gonna go. If they're really gonna leave The World Ends With You on like this big-ass cliffhanger as how it did with the Switch game, and then just move on to Neo, The World Ends With You after that, you know? It wouldn't surprise me if, like, the ending to this anime, it will be, like, perfectly timed with, you know, pretty close release to Neo World Ends With You. And God knows what the story's gonna be with that one, right? If that's gonna have any references to the original game. I know that Karia's in it, but, like, and Minamoto's in it too, but at the same time, you know, who knows what the ratio will be from, like, references to the original to totally new stuff, you know? If it's gonna be, how far in the future it's gonna be and whatnot. So, I don't know. Only time can tell. But what I can definitely tell you is that this anime is super duper faithful to the original source material, to the T, right? To the art style, to the cel-shadedness, to the voice actors are all the same, the music is all the same, the fights are all the same, all of the bosses are the same, all of the big story beats are gonna be the same. And so, yeah, it just really makes me wonder what's going to happen in between all of that, right? Like the dialogue, all of those small little moments where they're going to do exposition and explain stuff, because the original game has a ton of dialogue. So, yeah, they're definitely going to have to compress a lot of it. You know, how much are they going to do with flashbacks? How much are they going to reveal certain characters? How much are they going to spoil a bunch of, you know, certain reveals ahead of time and all that? Because again, they're very much going into this, assuming that everybody that's gonna watch this are fans of the game and they already know how the story is. They just want to see their favorite story just be retold in anime form, right? But yeah, it's just looking fantastic. It's looking like they just took the game and they turned it into an anime. You know, which is more than what I can say for a whole bunch of other video game adaptations where they very much try to, like, change it too much or have it be a totally different story but takes place in the world, in the universe, like Final Fantasy or whatever. I know there's an anime for Final Fantasy where, like, it's barely Final Fantasy. I think there's, like, cactuars and chocobos and, like, that's it, right? And they could have very easily, you know, done it like that, right? Or, like, the Persona anime or, like, it's barely about Persona. I think, like, Igor is in it and, like, Akihiko from Persona 3 is in it. He's, like, a cop in there for some reason. Just, like, weird-ass shit like that, right? But I think they're doing a good job at just sort of just sticking to their roots and just introducing more people to the world and to the story that inspires people to check out the game, that inspires people to check out the sequel and all that. So I am more than down to try this out. This anime looks awesome.